What is going on, everybody? TJ and Matt here. We're Daily Grind Fantasy Sports, and welcome to the official live stream for today. We got Taco Tuesday over on Prizepicks. Matt, let's go ahead and break down the NBA slate for tonight. All right, guys, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, guys, we got plenty of other sports to talk about outside of NBA. It is election day here in the U.S., so no NBA games on the schedule for tonight. But again, we hope everybody's having a fantastic Tuesday so far. Guys, 66 of you in here, only 4 likes. That's just
wow.
That's just like
that's like wow. That's just disrespectful.
Yeah, I know.
They're just like nah.
That's just fucked up. Yeah. If you guys could hit the like button, we'd greatly appreciate it. I know I ask all the time.
I don't even want them to like it at this point. Can we keep it as low to 0
let's keep it
as we
low
can?
As possible. Yeah, unlike it if you guys can. That'd be fantastic. We get 120 people in here with 1 like. We had a 5 times yesterday. A 10 times. We had a 5-man insured slip over on Prizepicks. Went 5 for 5. Matt, we got that tweeted to us. God, I can't talk. Probably by like 4 or 5 different users on Twitter, which is fantastic. So we love that you guys did get that in.
Yeah.
But Matt, how you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Just busy day. By the way, guys, I've been tweeting the storm today, so you guys should have tailed every single freaking slip. If one of these slips hit on Twitter, guys, It's already a profitable day. Yeah, guys.
Profitable
But listen,
day.
it's Taco Tuesday. It's a favorite time of the week. Obviously, Taco Tuesday is where they discount these player props across the board up to a certain amount depending on the player. Shots on goal, usually 1 to 2 shots on goal. This goalie prop is discounted 4. You guys need to be playing these promos if you're trying to build a bankroll. TJ, we talked about this the other day. You can literally just make money by taking Prizepicks tacos.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of, and we can mention our strategy in a second. But in terms of like Prizepicks tacos in general, I think the hit rate's close to 75 to 80%. I think the last time I checked. So there's no reason why you guys should be fading these things and describing tacos as selling the bag because they're literally making you a bag every single day that you take them. So I don't understand where the logic comes in, where people are just literally fading these things or taking the under on the discounted. It makes 0 sense. They're literally just discounted props. Imagine if you saw this on the optimizer, which we can literally do because it's imagine if we saw a 65% optimizer play just sitting there, camping the optimizer, right. We would be all over it. We see that from time to time in between NBA news, and we take advantage of it. So anyway,
for sure.
You guys need to take advantage. That's all I'm saying.
Guys need to take advantage. Matt, so far, the tacos are hitting at an 80% rate.
Yeah,
80% hit rate so far. And that is without today, obviously. We had Cole Caulfield today. What else did we have for... I
think it's it. I think there's one more to come, right?
And normally they do 3. We got Connor Ingram. Connor Ingram on the board. What else was there besides Cole Caulfield?
That's
the hockey one. Oh, so that... Okay,
we're going to get an NB1 for tomorrow, I'm assuming, right?
I get what you're saying. I'm an idiot. I apologize. Yes. Why do I feel like that's already been voted for or thrown out there into the world in terms... I feel like if there's only 2 that's been announced so far for Prizepicks, that's... I mean, it's almost 5 o'clock now.
Yeah. Yeah, that or CS2 taco, that would be pretty dope.
Oh, my God.
Imagine yeah, dude, I'll do a live... If there was a CS2 taco for tonight, I would live stream it 1,000%, but there's not going to be, so there's going to be no live stream.
The last time we had League of Legends, and I'll keep bringing this up because it was electric. We had a League of Legends taco Tuesday, discounted prop. This was probably a month and a half ago, and I did a stream, and there were 185 people Tuesday night. They played at like 8 o'clock, and I streamed it, and it was fucking unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
It was incredible. I love the CS2. Yeah, but if they do have
a taco, have you watched the new CS2 game mode?
No, isn't it the same? They just have different.
It's the same, but
rounds?
It looks. but it's
they have like.
But it looks good. Like it looks better.
Yeah, they updated the graphics. Yeah, the game. I mean, the original game was from when, like 2001.
Okay, it wasn't 2001. Pretty sure it was like 2011 or something like that. But that's
No.
Yeah. I think it was around COD 2 is when it came out. Anyway.
You love COD. All right, let's go ahead and break. We can't go game by game, so let's just pull up the optimizer.
That's what we're doing
this way. All right, perfect.
And keep in mind that our 5 out of 5 slip yesterday hit. I believe a majority of them were fantasy scores. Wow, we have 136 people in here. Please don't like this. Do not like this stream.
Unlike
keep
the
it
button.
Close. Yeah, keep it close to 0. We want no traction.
Crazy. Matt, that slip we had yesterday, that hit was Cade Cunningham under fantasy score. Andrew Wiggins under fantasy score.
Yeah.
Paulo Banchero under fantasy score. Grant Williams under fantasy score. Obi Toppin over steals.
That's the most disrespectful slip of all time. Like, we're taking overs on Obi Toppin, but we're taking unders on all the All-Stars, including Grant Williams, right? So that was disrespectful.
Oh, my God. I love Grant Williams, obviously, ex-Celtic, now a Dallas Mav. He's having fun out in Dallas. But you're going to call him an all-star? That's crazy. I can get behind Wiggins. I can get behind Banchero. I mean, shit, Cade looks like an all-star so far this year. But Grant Williams? Come on.
D'Anthony Melton here at the very top of the Prizepicks board.
I just want to say one more thing real quick. Now that we're on Grant Williams. Grant Williams is the reason that the Celtics lost the series to the Miami Heat last year in the Eastern Conference Finals.
The sole reason?
He fucking went at Jimmy, and Jimmy said I took that shit personally. And
that's true. I remember that
I fell off my couch and melted into the ground. And lost a lot of money. So I hate Grant Williams. All right, go ahead. What do we got?
We got the taco, Connor Ingram over, obviously. We have, I'm just making sure I put this in. Yeah, we're going to take Schroeder. We have Tobias Harris under, TJ.
Okay.
No, we don't. We have D'Anthony Melton under.
D'Anthony Melton under. Well, we do have Tobias Harris under.
We do. But I'm not pairing those two together because those are slightly negatively correlated. So Drew Holiday under. I've been hammering unders on Drew Holiday all season. It's been pretty good, TJ. I'm not going to lie there. So Klay Thompson over 23.5 fantasy score. That just seems low. Like, remember when this guy was up in the 28s last season?
Yeah.
23.5? Is he again, like I want to revisit the game log here to see if that's actually what they're doing, because last season we saw them just like taking the last average. I can almost guarantee you this is going to be all red. His last 3 were red. So maybe that's, again, maybe they're just doing that again. They're taking like this rolling average of fantasy. They're not comparing this to the market. The reason why we're able to find this discrepancy, this edge, it looks like Barstool's the only sports book to put out projections, but it's relatively close, usually speaking, to BetMGM, Caesars, DraftKings. Right now, they're setting the player prop, using the player prop projections off of Klay Thompson on Barstool to 25.3. Right now, on Prizepicks, this is set to 23.5. So technically, this Prizepicks projection should be 2 points higher. Makes zero sense why Prizepicks is just setting these projections based on some kind of rolling. They did it last season. It just made zero sense why they're setting these projections. There would be I remember Siakam, TJ, last season. There was a point in the season where he was like up around 49 fantasy score, and we did our calculations behind the scenes, and we're like, dude, this guy should be set to like 42, 43. Like, why is this guy all the way up here? And sure enough, the next week, he came tumbling down because he kept hitting that under. And it's like, well, dude, what are you setting these projections based off? What is Prizepicks doing? So anyway, that's why we have the optimizer do this, scan the books for these even player props, and just identify the discrepancies here. And the discrepancies are clearly on the unders, minus Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson looks very soft here. Sorry, I cut you off. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to talk about Drew Holiday and get completely sidetracked, so what you did was perfect.
Kept the retention going. This is the slip I would be entering, guys. Usually these get bumped pretty quickly, but because these are fantasy scores and because there's not that much data other than on the optimizer in the market, these probably won't get bumped. So feel free to take your time, put these in. Let's try to build another slip, DJ. I said we keep the Prizepicks taco in here. We don't know how many people in here are $5 sports bettors, 10, 20. Maybe they use all their bank or use all their promo funds for one slip. Maybe not. Let's build another one using Connor Ingram.
Yeah, I like that. Also, Matt, I was going to say, also, these might stick around a little bit longer because obviously for NBA, there's no games tonight. These don't tip off till tomorrow. So maybe Prizepicks is less inclined to adjust some lines, seeing as they're not playing tonight. Who knows, though? Obviously, with an influx of money, they might just go ahead and adjust these bad boys. But yeah, let's go ahead and start another slip off with Connor Ingram over 23.5 saves. I think we go ahead and add in Tobias Harris under fantasy score, Matt, seeing as we didn't have him in that first slip.
Yeah. I'm going to skip over the college basketball plays, TJ, because I know a lot of people cannot play them. So if you guys can play them, again, link in the bio. And you guys can see them on my screen. But I'm going to skip over them for these slips because there's so many people that can't play that. Tobias Harris under, I agree. And we'll go ahead and go with Jakob Hurtel under. I got him at 28.5, so I got a slight edge already, but he's still a little bit too high here. By the way, I think we took his under at like 26.5 the other night, and he hit the under with ease. That was his matchup versus Joel Embiid.
Right? Yeah.
We called that pretty clearly.
Yeah, I think a lot of people too, I don't know if they were in here saying anything, but when they played against Giannis in the Bucks, he ballistically took the under. And I think a lot of people might have been hesitant, but guys, it's just proof is in the pudding there. Went up against Embiid. It doesn't matter who they're going up against. All that's factored into the actual lines that these sports books are coming out with. So don't try to use your fundamental analysis on, well, he's going up against this guy tonight. And that's all baked in. It all is. You don't have to worry about anything when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that Jakob Hurtel play. I feel like a lot of people probably skipped over it because of what they saw him do against the Bucks. Well, there you go, guys. He absolutely stayed under against Embiid and the 76ers.
Yeah, no, and it's exactly what you said. That's why we take the market projections here, because it looks like for whatever reason, Prizepicks is just setting this based on their own algorithms. Maybe they got a new analyst in town. I don't know what the deal is there, but they're clearly still off. And I will say that we've had a lot of bad variance on these other fantasy scores other than last night. And that might be the reason that these guys still aren't adjusting their fantasy scores down. They're like, hey, we keep taking money from these casual sports bettors because the San Antonio Spurs and the Indiana Pacers go out and score, 300 points, and then all the overs hit for fantasy scores. And anyway, that obviously if you took an under in the Spurs game, and you probably weren't hitting, just with this sheer amount of defense that was not played in that game.
I thought you were going to say defense that was played. I was like, what?
No defense was played. But TJ, I added on Nero and Shane. We can talk about these two plays here. These are CS2 plays. They're both 54.26. So they're literally on that brink of hitting below that line. We have the Tobias Harris, who keeps us well above that average percent odds to hit per leg of 55.53%. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down the list here, explain these plays. The fantasy scores, pretty self-explanatory at this point, but Nero, 1.5 off of Underdog. Prizepicks is a competitor to Underdog, and they both present very sharp projections across the industry, right? That's what they do. They're making money off their sports bettors, or they literally wouldn't be providing these projections. Why the heck would you put these out? Have your sports bettors bet on these projections if you're not confident in the projections that you're setting. So the edge is simply taking the middle here. We're going to be taking the under on Prizepicks. We're taking the over on Underdog, right? Because 13.5 is completely different from 15. Imagine if there was that large of a discrepancy here between two NBA props. I don't know. Use a points of a middle of the road player, right? That doesn't make sense. There would never be that kind of discrepancy. So that's why we attack these niche markets. And you'll see them get taken off the board on something like Underdog. I say we switch over. By the way, this is a slip. So we include Connor Ingram over, Tobias Harris under, Jakob Poeltl, Nero, Shane, and then we switch over to Underdog. And I said we take the middling opportunity here, TJ.
I'd very much like to do that. Let's go ahead and get those two bad boys entered in over on Underdog in the map. We're going to need one more play here. So we got Nero over 13.5 headshots. We have Shane over 17 headshots. Trying to type, and I can't type. So outside of these two plays, Matt, what else are we looking at here?
I'm going to pull up the Underdog optimizer here, and we will sift through the market. There's no plays. There's no plays on the market
we
here.
Might be able to find something, though. Maybe off that bad middling tool.
Yes, sir. That's my favorite tool to use. If you guys haven't used the middling tool, it's literally doing what its name says. It's middling between two fantasy apps. That's what we're doing here. So what I'm going to do is, I know just because due to experience, there's not really too many middling opportunities other than like these niche markets for NBA. I know there's a lot of opportunities for CS2, as you can see.
Yes.
Droid here set the 27.5. Well, he's set to that on hot streak. But look at this. This is weird. I want to talk through this. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in. Go ahead and lock this in. Droid. Yeah, go ahead and add this. As
Droid
long as they
over
don't play from the same teams. They do. Okay, so we can't add that play.
Yeah, Droid's on Team Rocket Power, dude. Sorry. You can't add in Team Droid, unfortunately.
Is that actually the name?
No. Rocket Power is the old Nickelodeon.
Well, I do. These CS2 names are wild, and you know that. So that wasn't a far-fetched question.
No, it wasn't. That Alf play, Matt, looks very good over on Jock Market.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks really good on Jock.
I'm going to start checking off other sports here, see if we can find
we're
some niche
probably going to
markets.
have to get off of CS2, unfortunately.
It's fine. I'm going to sift through here and see if I can find something.
I bet you I sift faster than you and find something.
3 points made. There's a good market. No, nothing.
I want to find something where we get some really strong book ingredients. You got it?
No,
I don't trust you.
It was an under on James Harden. That's all I saw. So.
Oh, well, I would have trusted you then.
I'm glad you hate James Harden as much as I do.
He's a fucking. I mean,
say it. Get canceled. Everybody, clip this.
I'm not.
Say it. What is he?
Not gonna say it. He's Kyrie Irving. That's who they're the same.
That's tough. That's tough to say out loud. They are the same. I can't find anything. I'm not going to force anything either. That sucks because these are two really good plays. I'm going to go to the very top to make sure I'm not missing anything here. CS2. There's definitely nothing else. There's limited matchups. I feel like a lot of these matchups have already played, TJ. For CS2. So
I'm still looking. If I'm being honest with you, I'm getting deep down here.
Okay, that's what she said.
I'm getting real deep. Just bear with me here for a split second. I might be able to find something.
I mean, if you find something, it's forcing it. So, and we're gonna lose retention because I know how these people are. They just want plays right now. That's a wild play on hot streak. James Harden under 7.5 assists. That's clearly off. Dude, I'm telling you, so I'll let you guys in on a secret here. There's more value on hot streak by just looking at the middling tool, even for major markets, because our optimizer compares 1-to-1. We can put in half-point discrepancies, but we want them to be so dialed in. We don't feel confident enough doing that yet. So for that reason, literally spend your time, if you guys want to rob hot streak, sifting through the middling tool on any one of these platforms. On Prizepicks, you can do it, on Underdog, and find these discrepancies. I guarantee you can also sort by hot streak here to go to the very top. Yeah, James Harden under 7. That's a full assist off on a major market. When does that happen? That never happens. Imagine a full reception off on somebody like Devontae Adams. You guys would be jumping all over that, right? So just another bit of strategy. I personally use TJ. I don't know if you look to the middling tool for hot streak value. Yes, you should go to the optimizer
constantly.
as well for the jock market, the hot streak value.
Yep. Matt, I just want to let you know I sifted all the way down to 54%. I sifted thoroughly, and I couldn't find anything to play with this play, unfortunately. So you were correct.
Kevin Durant just popped up under 4 turnovers on the actual optimizer, so we'll go ahead and throw that in as our last leg.
That was so loud and unnecessary. Were you that excited?
Yeah, because dude, it's a play.
All right, let's fucking add it in. I love it. Man it in. Oh, this shit's hitting. 55.1% fair odds percent. Looks like all these books currently have this set to 3.5. I tried to type in Kevin, and my computer did VIN space DU.
So for extra context, don't tell me our stream just crashed.
No.
Dude, we went from 151 to 74. I see 126 lost frames, but that's not that much.
Oh my god.
No, dude, yesterday we were up to 8,000, 9,000 lost frames. It's at 126 and it stopped. So
Kevin Durant under turnovers, guys. I'm gonna add this play in here, and I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of questions too, TJ. So it might be a good time to pause after this slip and go through some questions, because I feel like we haven't been as informative in our live streams lately, just because we've been going through so many plays, and now's a good live stream to educate, right?
Yeah, I agree, because there aren't as many plays. Yeah, it looks like stream is good. We're fine. Maybe people just left because we suck. I'm not too sure. Guys, if you want to tail that slip, go ahead. It's because you yelled, said Sal. I kind of agree with them, Sal. Guys, if you want to tail that slip, we just entered over on UD, 3-man uninsured slip. I just threw it in the chat. Wow, we are hammered with some questions.
Yeah, good questions. I'm going to scroll to the top. You want to go to the bottom? I got top?
Sure. Stream looking smooth today. Durant isn't on there for me. Parlay play said Daddy Joni. For the optimizer.
Oh, yeah. You guys dislike the stream. Do not like the stream. We want dislikes on the stream, because you guys do not like to like it. So
if you allow, said for the optimizer, it seems to sometimes not order them by percent when you filter like Russell Westbrook assists from the middling tool.
Say that again?
If you allow, are you saying that the percent odds to hit from the optimizer to the middling tool differ on a specific play, like Russell Westbrook assists? Is that what you're trying
Let's
to
assume that's a question, and we can answer that.
I think that's what he's asking that.
Yeah, so for the optimizer, I'm going to make sure you guys understand, because, again, both tools are extremely useful. You just have to use them in the proper way, right? So for Prizepicks here, for instance, if we take a look, let's take a look at a real prop here.
Look at Kevin Durant turnovers.
Zion under PRA 36.5 here. The entire market has this close to a near even line set to 36 or lower, right? There's some book disagreements here, but we're using consensus market data to value that prop. How is this prop valued at 36.5? As you can see here, there's a 36.5. There's book agreements here on BetMGM, Barstool, but there's also one like way off here in 34.5. We take the average odds across the industry to determine, hey, is this mispriced on Prizepicks? It's close to that mark, but it's still like matching on these major sportsbooks as well. So we're not confident in recommending that as an under, right? Maybe as the last piece. But if you switch over to the middling tool, TJ, we are using math just simply between two DFS platforms. That's all we're doing. We're not taking the market data. So if we head over here, it might not appear. So I'll use a different example. Let's take Gallagher, the very top here, shots on goal. The opportunity here would be on Boom Fantasy. What we're doing is comparing that 2.5 directly to the 2 using that math as just 2 data points. We're not taking hot streak. We're not taking flip. We're not taking parlay play into consideration. You can also visualize and look at this play, TJ, in 2 different ways, right? So Boom Fantasy, it's clearly off. We would never take the under on Prizepicks because the whole market agrees, but on Boom Fantasy, we would take the over. So what we would do is just leave this be. We usually get a lot better examples with something like CS2, where there's literally only 2 price points. But if you guys take a look here, Droid on Prizepicks, 29.5. There's one other book that agrees. This one's weird. We have 2 price points at 27.5, 2 set to 29.5, and then 1 set to 28.5. So the most accurate projection given the median there is going to be 28.5. I would literally middle these two. And this is what we're doing. We're visualizing the data. You're using logic. You're stepping through the logic. Hey, this is 2 kills higher on Prizepicks. It's 2 kills lower on Underdog and on Hot Streak. So I would middle those two apps. When there's 2 price points, so if we take, for instance, here, Shane, it's showing you that you need to middle between these 2 price points. And there's a mathematical edge to be had if you put this into a 5 flex, 6 flex on Prizepicks. Does that make sense?
I hope you're not asking me because I legit did not listen to a thing you said.
Stream, does that make sense?
Yes, exactly.
Is middling the same as arbitrage betting? Do you know what? It is not, and the only reason is because, and me and TJ actually talked about this. We had a team meeting like a day ago, right? We talked about this, and we were trying so hard to make it an arbitrage, but we went back and forth, and TJ was basically saying, he had a great point, right? He was saying that we could take advantage of the tacos in arbitrage because you can get free money, but that's assuming that the taco hits, which isn't 100%, it's 80%. So it's technically not guaranteed money. Middling is long-term profitable. I will say that. So it's definitely plus EV, but it's not arbitrage because parlays are never recommended. If these are 1-to-1, imagine if you could bet like Shane, 1 straight on one app, TJ, and 1 straight on the other. Yes, that would be arbitrage, 1,000%.
Yep.
But they don't allow you to do that. So that's a great question, though.
Walker Williams is very upset with us, Matt, asking why we can't get fantasy projections, why we can get fantasy projections from Barstool, but not Pinnacle. He really wants an explanation on that.
So Pinnacle, do you want to explain?
I was just going to say Pinnacle doesn't have all of the necessary props needed to actually make up the fantasy score on these DFS apps, where Barstool does. That's just the short and sweet version of that. I'm actually looking at Pinnacle right now, Matt, and they just have they don't really have a lot of player props for a lot of players in really any game. Maybe it's just because it's the day before, but these apps just have those props needed to actually make up the fantasy score on our end.
I remember going back through the data, and I think it's like they're missing turnovers or steals or blocks. It's one of those stupid blocks, props.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those niche props. Right. That's exactly what it is. Yep. And we could guesstimate, but we don't want to do that.
Yeah, Walker said sorry.
No, Walker, you're good, man. I was looking up trying to look at the questions. It was just funny. You're good.
LaMelo Ball's points seem very high on UD. Let's observe and let's see if that's a real thing, TJ. Because I always like
check it out.
Debunking this. Maybe it is. Maybe we're missing it. And LaMelo Ball, his point projection on UD, should my computer choose to load, is a little bit too high. I agree because there's decent juice on the under, but not enough to make this a profitable long-term bet. So the reason is because you're getting this prop at minus 122 implied odds on UD if you put them to a 3-man non-insured. It's not that much better. There's better odds on DraftKings and FanDuel who are sharper. So that should be bad news written all over it. You should be taking this. I wouldn't be taking this on anything, but there's not enough of an opportunity. But you're right. He's slightly too high, but not high enough.
Hypothetically, if you did want to play this, you wouldn't want to be throwing in a 3-man or a 2-man, whatever it is, whatever slip type you're trying to play on Underdog. You would definitely want to go play this straight up on FanDuel or DraftKings. That's where you get the best return, best bang for your buck.
Yeah.
First time tuning in. You guys are very knowledgeable. I appreciate your time. Thank you, Joel. We appreciate that.
57% combo Prizepicks.
Signed up for premium just now. We're riding up as soon as I can figure everything out. Big Blue Nation, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM, man. I'd love to help you out.
Yeah.
If you have any specific questions on any of our tools or anything,
we're just asking here. I think we're also getting viewers, so you guys like this. Yeah. You guys like this educational content. Also, if you guys have any questions, like TJ just said, DM's always open, but also live chat. It's their job to be annoyed, so please spam any kind of questions that you have there. We have a lot more help than we once did in live support. So they're just as knowledgeable.
You'll definitely get probably faster responses going there. And they're the best. So shout out to our support team.
For sure. There is a combo prop, TJ. Break me through the fundamental analysis. I know neither of these players.
Give me 1 second, Matt, because if you allow, just message us again and said, I meant Russell Westbrook assists don't seem to be in the right order on the optimizer tool. I'm going to check that out.
What does he mean? Can you?
I think what he's saying is like the percent odds to hit are off in terms of where we're displaying it. So if I type in Russell Westbrook, the highest play is Russell Westbrook over 4.5 assists at 53.58%. I don't know if he's
So
now.
this is
If
another
you
talking
allow,
point. I think I know. I think I know
he's
where he's
talking.
going with this.
He's definitely talking because assists are higher than the fantasy score projection, and then PRA is right below that. I think that's what he's getting at, Matt.
I think he's simply talking about the fact that the implied odds are
Right.
higher. Yeah. Yep. Are higher. Right. Guys, when we do our custom calculations for these fantasy scores, what you're looking at here, these aren't implied odds because we have no way to estimate the hold on the sports books. We would be completely BSing, meaning that this should come out to a fair odds of 50-50 if I were to take both sides of this Melton line, which I will prove to you guys. If I search up DeAnthony Melton, load, 135 the other side should be plus 135, and it is. So we take out the juice there because we only have raw fantasy scores to go off of. Like, why would we guesstimate what the implied odds would be? We could throw on, sure, 5 to 10% hold on each one of these, but that would be completely BS. Like, we wouldn't be giving you guys the full picture. And why would we do that when we can literally just show you the fair odds? So for that reason, the fair odds of minus 135, a lot easier to compare directly to the implied odds on Prizepicks at minus 119. That is a freaking crazy edge.
Yep.
Right? Like 57.52% for this to hit is what we're showing on the optimizer. So that alone should show you to take the under on this play. Now, I do agree, TJ, we have to have some kind of note somewhere, but like at the end of the day, you guys just need to trust the percent odds to hit. We try to make it as easy as possible. If you guys try to look too far into the data, sometimes you're overcomplicating the process, and when the process can literally just be taking the top plays on the optimizer, not negatively correlating them by accident. That's the only thing that you have to worry about, really.
It says 57.68%. I don't know. I think he's. Are you on the middling tool?
I don't know what's happening.
He's not. We're getting really hung up on this. I think maybe. He's on the. It's the middling tool.
Okay.
And that's what
is it?
We just went up. The assists. The assists on the middling tool, Matt, over on UD currently show a 57.68% chance to hit because we're comparing it directly back to the other DFS apps and where they're labeling it in the market. So obviously there's no sportsbook data when we're coming up with our middling tool percent odds to hit. So that's where his confusion's coming from.
Okay, so again, we're going to explain this again. I'm not frustrated at all because it's a good question, but a middling opportunity is when you middle between two apps. The fact that Russell Westbrook has 0.5 off assists from any sports book because they're viewing 50-50% odds on 5 on Boom Fantasy, and they're viewing 50-50 odds on Underdog at 4.5. That's a huge discrepancy. For Russell Westbrook to get one assist throughout the entire game is harder to come by. Like, that's not an easy task, right? Especially for Russell Westbrook because he sucks.
Yes,
but
he sucks.
If you look here at the market average, every single app besides Boom Fantasy has set this projection to 4.5. Why would you middle between Underdog and Boom? The logic says step through this, take the under on Boom, and that's a play on Boom Fantasy, as long as you can find some other legs. So again, the whole point of the middling tool is to middle between two apps, assuming it makes sense. Usually this is good to visualize data with, and it's good between two individual price points, but not when the entire market, as we just looked at, agree with the prop.
Good breakdown, Matt.
Yeah. So does that?
If you allow, hopefully that clarifies things. That combo prop is now gone.
As it should
over on
have been. Did it get bumped? Yeah, it got bumped.
Prizepicks Poppy said, "Can you look at Brunson assists real quick? Seems like the under is the play." Yeah, 53.7% chance for Brunson to go under 5.5 assists. Looks like every sportsbook has this set to 5.5 with juice at either between minus 130 and minus 145. So I wouldn't be playing this over on a DFS app, but we could see those odds rise. That might become 5 or 6 flex viable. Those odds continue to go the way they are.
Do you post all your daily slips as well for premium? Yeah, we do on the correlation tool. Plug correlation. By the way, I'm not even gonna TJ. Can we talk about that? We haven't talked about it.
You want me to plug the correlation tool right now in the CS2 slip that I just said for $1,000?
That too, but the correlation tool, you saw it, and we all saw it. It went bananas last night.
Bananas. Yeah. NBA was fantastic.
Like six slips, I think, was the amount that it hit.
I thought it was 5 or 6. Yeah, it was another really good night. Yep.
And go ahead.
I was gonna say it was fantastic because it was like college football, hadn't been great. Absolutely bananas on Saturday, right? Went ballistic, like made up for everything and more. NFL, which has been our most profitable sport on the correlation tool, didn't have a good day on Sunday.
No.
And then Monday night, guess what? NBA comes back to the rescue. Now CS2, I personally just hit a 4-man uninsured slip directly off the correlation tool for CS2 today. So that's another 10 times in our pocket. Like, even with NFL having a rough Sunday, Matt, it's been a really good last 4-day stretch.
Automatically tracked. All these are being updated per the results. We were not down over the weekend, but we weren't as high up as we were after the college football success, and then we just shot right back up again. There's also a CS2 matchup on the correlation tool, TJ, for Underdog, the exact same thing for tonight at 8.
I'm already in.
So we're gonna listen, before you enter it, I want the people to see the slip because I'm sure it's gonna get bumped. So I'm gonna show you guys the slip because we need a late night sweat. I didn't even think about this. For Underdog, 162.85 ROI. What's up?
I might have to stream this, dude.
So here it is. Alf over 25. They're all kills too, so this is glorious. Yeah. Over kills, automatic from the opposing team. Over kills. We have, it scared me because I thought it was the same teams. Andrew, literally his name is Andrew, over 29 kills, and Steele, over 26. So let me explain correlation from a CS2 perspective. I literally haven't watched the game, but it's the exact same thing as CS:GO, and there's even more limited rounds. So the correlation is only stronger, TJ, in this, if you think about it. Like,
Matt, I just want to cut you off really quickly before you explain it. I feel like the likelihood that these games go to overtime has increased.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Like, okay, so continue then.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's limited amount of rounds. Like, think about an NBA game where you cut in half, right? They're not that extreme, but you cut in half. There's a higher likelihood of a chance of an NBA game going to overtime if the game ends at halftime, right? Because the game's going to be naturally closer. There's less points to be scored in general. The same thing can be said for Underdog. And that's what I want to get to. The correlation exists the exact same way as it would in NBA, meaning that, hey, if an NBA game went into quadruple overtime, obviously all the overs are hitting, right? Like all the points, rather. Alf over 25 is paired and heavily correlated with automatic because the longer the game goes, the more total kills there are in that game. So there's more kills to go around between everybody, and hopefully it goes to automatic and Alf. Regardless of who wins, it doesn't matter, right? If you take two competitive teams, you put them together in NBA and they go to triple, quadruple overtime, all those points from those stars, from any of those players, are probably going over as long as they don't foul out. Andrew, Steele, same exact thing. Positive correlation with CS2 is underrated as heck, and we recommend 4-man powers because you have to pair 2 and 2 between two different matchups. We can't put 4 together in one single game. Imagine how crazy that would be.
Like we can with League of Legends. Not on Underdog, but on Prizepicks, right?
Yeah. So that's why.
Yeah. So Matt, today, the slip that hit, I entered 2 slips. I think there were 3 on the board, but I missed one from this afternoon also. So I don't know how that one did. I'll have to check it out in a little bit. But I believe this is slip number 4 over on Underdog today. So the slip that I had, the
automatic gun, wild.
Automatic got removed.
Yeah,
that's crazy. The second game, or the first, I guess they both started at 1, so it doesn't really matter. But the first map from one of the games, they went to quadruple overtime or triple OT or whatever, and both players almost hit their over-under kills on the first map, which is just absolutely insane. And I've actually been seeing that quite often lately when it comes to some of these CS2 matchups.
That's incredible. And I haven't been experimenting as much because I literally don't have time throughout the day to just hammer these CSGO slips, and I want to. But I will go going forward just because it sounds like fun. Guys, this will update. The correlation tool will update within the next couple minutes with a new CS2 slip. If there's better correlation, if there's new correlation to go around. Anyway, I see a question here. I accidentally signed up for the $79 optimizer. I was trying to tail a few slips and study and see how to craft my own. So in order to see daily slips, so I need to switch to the $199. So again, we have 2 different packages. We have a fantasy bundle, which we've been going through every single tool throughout this entire live stream. It has the middling tool, has the optimizer, and it also has the fantasy score screen. The only thing that it does not come with is the correlation tool, where it literally shows you correlation slips. Correlation presents the best value the best edge in all of fantasy sports today. I put out a video. I put 2 bankroll management videos out today. I put a correlation tool video out. And I put a huge thread on how to use the correlation tool. If you guys want to check out my Twitter, go over everything you need to know about correlation. If you guys have questions after looking at all that content, then you're dumb. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, I don't know how else to explain things. I lay it out exactly how to use the correlation tool and exactly how to take slips from here. So all you need to do, guys, is just go down to each slip, take it, and watch the games. Correlation. Again, the only reason that this is profitable is because on Prizepicks, Underdog, Jock Market, Parlay Play, they don't alter the payouts to an extent when you put in these similar combo props that positively correlate each other within the same game. Whereas on FanDuel and DraftKings, they alter the payouts. You put Patrick Mahomes with Travis Kelce, they're bringing that all the way down to like plus 180 or something stupid like that. But on Prizepicks, Prizepicks, you get slightly better. Like, that's a bad example because it's only 2-man power. But the more correlated plays you put into a slip for a 6-man 5-legger, you get better bang for your buck overall on these slips on fixed payout platforms. That's the reason that this edge exists. Yes.
Good job, Matt.
I'll let you guys know if we have another correlation CS2 slip, because why not?
Yeah, I was honestly going to just tweet and
we do
and say I dropped it, but we do.
It's lower. It's a lower profit margin. I'm going to open it up for anybody who missed out. You could even double dip if you really want. I don't recommend it, but we have one, TJ, 103.74. Really, it dipped like 60%. So the automatic play must have been great.
Yeah.
Great. Andrew Steele,
Alf. Automatic up there just got bumped.
Oh, it got bumped. Yeah. See?
Automatic got bumped.
I love that. When it gets bumped, it updates the profit margin. Love that.
As it should. I actually got automatic at 31, Matt. I got Elf at 24.
Did you?
Yep. So a little bit, and I got Steel at 26. So it looks like Steel bumped also.
Oh,
so Steel and automatic both bumped. Yeah, you sounded a little confused when just one player getting bumped moved the profit margin that much.
I was confused because I didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah. I thought they weren't moving at all, and it just adjusted the profit margin. So, but that is possible for what it's worth if the other apps adjust their projections. So
for sure. But yeah, looks like all those plays are the same from the slip that I entered earlier. But 3 of the 4 projections have been bumped up a little bit in terms of their kills. What else do we have here? Let's see.
I'm drinking.
Live stream sweat, guys. I'm in the middle of packing up my entire apartment. I have to continue to pack the kitchen. If I don't, my fiance is legitimately gonna cut my head off. If I can get through a little bit more of the kitchen, I will gladly stream these games. I'll definitely do that. I'll look to do that tonight for sure. 8 o'clock. I probably can honestly make that happen. So if you guys are in here and you do want to tail this slip and sweat it out, I got some better numbers than you. But anyways, I will be on the lookout. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, TJ_DGF. If you don't follow Matt, at CMattDowns. Again, Matt put out a ton. Matt was a fucking madman.
I will continue to.
And he's going to continue to do it. It's not like that's going to stop. But yeah.
I have a goal every day. If you guys want to hear it. If you guys want to get me to 1 million impressions every day, that's my goal. I'm trying for 1.5 today. So give me to that goal.
All right, Hardo. Yeah, if you guys want to be on the lookout, if I tweet, I'll do my best to be planted right here on the computer. And what's it called?
We will, because it's at the end of the live stream anyway. But there's a couple more questions, TJ. I want to get. So if you allow, I'm going to try this one more time. But if you have any questions, we have plenty of videos on our YouTube channel that goes over everything that you're asking as well. So if the optimizer tool does not show a line as high as the middling tool, then it's not as likely to hit, even though they both show the same % odds to hit. Okay. Sounds like you have a lot of questions about how to read these 2 tools. Based on that question, I highly recommend you go watch our video content, because the answer to that is no. Like, that's just off. Again, like, our DMs are open. Feel free to check out our YouTube content. Reach out to support. Nothing good on Fliff right now. Well, thanks for the update. I guess we can switch.
Yeah, it looks like there was some good flip value that got bumped. There is one play that looks pretty solid up here, Matt, with a nice little 2.1% edge. The Winnipeg Jets under 2.5 goals in team total reg time. So under 2.5. Yep. Go ahead.
I played on Bet Rivers not too long ago, TJ.
Mhm.
I haven't told you this. I was placing 100
I'm
per.
appalled.
Huh?
Yep. I'm
I was
appalled.
put,
You haven't told me yet.
Yeah, I was putting 100 down per. I kid you not.
Okay.
I was placing down the $100 per bet by the start of a Saturday. By Sunday morning, I had been limited down to $11 per bet because I was just placing after placing after placing, and I was going. That's how the process works. And literally $11, I deleted. I requested a withdrawal. I need to send documents. I'm withdrawing. And I'm not opening up the app again. That was. I've never been limited that quickly in my entire life. That was insane. It's $100. It wasn't like I was throwing 1,000. It's 100.
Right. No, that's happened. That's happened to me on what was it? BetMGM kind of limits me a little bit on like specific player props.
MGM's
where,
bad too.
Yeah, like on some I can get out. Like if I'm doing 100 per 200, whatever it is, I can get that down. But there are some player props, and I don't know if it's sports specific, like NFL. But there's times where I'll go to hit, a wide receiver prop, receptions or receiving yards or whatever it might be, and I can only get down like 52-28. And it's just like, well, what's going on? Like I'm not even up that much. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's still like, just put that in perspective. Again, Bet Rivers like $10, $11, and I was just done.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
So my whole point being is that Bet Rivers is not as sharp. If you guys want to play little, not put too much weight into Bet Rivers. That being said, 165 is still completely off. Like, take that. But I'm just saying, like, Bet Rivers, if they're completely awful, maybe you should reconsider playing that prop.
Yeah, for sure. Matt, I believe Andrew got bumped again. So there's there's a new CS2 slip.
Is there?
For I know Alpha and Automatic were in it. Were the other two guys from the same matchup? No, so it was Bad News Bears and Arrows White was Andrew and Steele we were getting. Now we're actually pulling a different matchup for Badass Gaming and Party Astronauts.
Oh, it's a completely different matchup.
Over and Consti over 27 and a half.
Did they both play at 8?
Yeah, I might have to double dip.
Did they both play? Hold on. When did the other matchup play?
8 o'clock. Yeah, it looks like we're getting a bunch of games at 8. I'm gonna check the old schedule here. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 4 games slated to start at 8 p.m.
That's a great profit margin too.
That one's a really good slip. Yep.
Hey, if Automatic and Alf just go under, we're in shambles. We're in shambles today.
If Automatic and they go under, yes, we're in shambles. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get spit roasted on Twitter. Yeah.
Shout out No House Advantage, says Alex. Not
rest in peace.
Yeah.
I was gonna do that tweet last night. I sent it to you, and you just didn't even answer me. And I was like, all right.
What, the NHA?
Guys, Matt has read receipt on, so I know when he ignores me, which is probably about like 70% of the time. But it really cuts deep when I like send him some sort of content that I'm like, hey, I'm gonna post this, and he just doesn't answer me.
Well, it usually has to do with like you stripping or getting naked. That's I'm not cool with.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end it there. We appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Like I mentioned, be on the lookout. If I can get some more of my kitchen packed up, I will do my best to get on here and do a live stream at 8 o'clock. So
more value on the board, PP right now. Switch over real quick, and then we'll go offline. Yes, TJ will be doing a live stream. Oh my goodness.
What? Is it good?
It's actually good, TJ.
Okay. All right. Well, do we got to get it locked in?
I don't know. Was there an NBA tweet? An NBA underdog tweet?
Shit. There's definitely. Well, Jamal Murray is out for the foreseeable future. I don't know. Maybe
tomorrow.
What does it? What have to do with tomorrow?
Jamal Murray, did he just get ruled out like for the foreseeable future? And then you're saying that.
But I'm just saying, like, the value is Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr., right? So
yeah,
that's the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
So my assumption is that maybe somebody else got deemed questionable. Like, is Jokic now questionable for whatever reason?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, like, it wasn't because of Jamal Murray.
Okay. I get what you're saying, Matt. All right. Let's see.
I'm not even going to try to get these in.
No, there's nothing that I'm seeing that just... Lou Dort questionable. A lot of guys questionable for tomorrow night.
Did that just happen?
Yeah, but nothing specifically for the Nuggets, though.
Maybe they just released props that were off. And do you know what? That kind of makes sense because now Miles Turner is kind of creeping up here. Also, fantasy score under Jason Tatum. So that's one of your favorite props to take under 48.5. See, that's...
Now, Matt, time out. So Nuggets are playing Golden State.
Uh-huh.
and Draymond is questionable. But if I remember, and it's personal.
Oh,
so
guys, refresh. You guys see it. I'm just gonna shut up. Keep going.
Oh shit! Yeah, no. Build a slip. Guys, get this in.
I'm not even going to try to switch back and forth.
Yep.
Guys, try to get this into a two-man power, Gordon Hayward and Tobias Harris if you can. That's completely fine. Like the fact that that his odds have dropped on fantasy score, we're looking at anything higher than 57.75. I would just get in Gordon Hayward and Tobias Harris. Let me know if you guys got that in. That'd be pretty dope. That'd be a good snag.
I would also, if you can, after you do that, I'd try to build out a 5 flex, and I would play, if you haven't played Connor Ingram over saves, I'd play that. I'd play Gordon Hayward under 11 rebounds and assists. I'd play Tobias under 27.5 fantasy score. I'd play Aaron Gordon over 21.5 points and rebounds. And God damn it, I'd play Jason Tatum under 48.5 fantasy score as the board sits right now. That would be my 5 flex. And yeah.
That Gordon Hayward one's wild because we have heavy juice on the under here at 10.5 points, rebounds plus assists, so it's expected to go under that mark, and he's set 0.5 higher on Prizepicks.
I believe Aaron Gordon just got bumped.
Aaron Gordon or Gordon Hayward?
Aaron Gordon.
Okay. Too many Gordons. Oh, yeah, I think Gordon Hayward just got removed or bumped down.
Hayward got bumped down from 11 to 10.
That's wild.
Wow. It's wild.
So that's it. You guys saw it here. I mean, if you guys don't believe in the process, this should convince you. Whether you believe that these player props are going to hit or not, don't be that guy that tries to predict the future. Don't worry, we were all once in that boat.
Matt, I think the craziest thing to me, and I honestly, like, even from being mine and your standpoint, seeing Gordon Hayward already removed off the optimizer just like makes me so happy that's how quick our tool actually updates. Like it just makes me happy to see. Like that, I legitimately refreshed the opto 3 seconds after Gordon Hayward got bumped on Prizepicks, and it already adjusted. Like that's flawless.
Quick story before we get off. It's going to take 2 seconds. I threw back. I told you a story.
Oh.
I told you this story is a throwback to April of last year when we first released this product. This is before we even released the product. Remember when I was sending you, I was just like, we would go back and forth through text. You were still at your old job and you're sitting at your desk, and I would just shove all these stupid sportsbooks odds at you. Like this is when you began to hate FanDuel. And I was like, dude, this is literally like 2 to 3 strikeouts higher on FanDuel. What are we doing? Like, are we trusting Prizepicks here? Why are we not taking this prop? So anyway, you kept checking DraftKings. You're like, yeah, but on DraftKings it's only 1.5 higher. So all these sports books would set their projections like completely different from Prizepicks. My favorite example will always be Zach Greinke. Game 1, opening day. His prop was set to 2. Wasn't it? It was 2. It was okay. 2. His projection was, or his sportsbook projection was like minus 200 to go over 2.5. Yeah, that's what it was. And I was like, dude, what is going on? And at one point, they had moved their projection to 3. It was 3.5 with like, slight juice on the under. And I had sent this, TJ, in the DGen Prizepicks chat, because this is before our optimizers, before anybody knew of anything. And I was like, these are my favorite plays because the implied odds are sitting at, what they are.
Right.
Everybody. You guys know how the Prizepicks Discord is. Just flamed me. Was like, dude, he's selling the bag. This guy sucks. He's not hitting. He's never hit this strikeout count. What X amount of games? Opening games,
like 87 miles an hour.
It was a brutal sweat. But by the third inning, he had hit 2, and then we had to sit here and watch this idiot go into like 5 or 6 innings and finally hit the over at 3. The market knows. The data always knows. Yeah. That was like the first time it really clicked for me. It really started to turn the wheel. That's when the whole product idea really started, and I was like, all right, we have to get this thing out. This thing is gonna change the way that this industry operates. So anyway, all this transitioning back into what you just said. Now seeing Gordon Hayward just being removed like that.
Yeah.
Literally, Zach Greinke did not switch up to that 1 p.m. game where I was sitting there all morning long, and you were trying to get like hundreds of dollars on his play. Like you would double. I remember your process. 2-man power, but you'd pair it with like everybody. You would pair. This is before we really broke down the math behind all these flex plays and whatever. I did it too.
I used to be a fucking degen.
Dude, but it
I
was
would
worth
pair
it.
that
Like,
thing. I played that Zach Greinke, I swear to God, with like 8 pairs.
yeah,
I was heavily invested in Zach Greinke that day. I
dude, it
remember
was
it vividly.
amazing.
Yep.
It was amazing. That's when it really clicked. Anyway, that's why I just you bring up Gordon
Now-
Hayward and seeing how fast it gets removed. There
Yeah,
were
now
literally
we see-
days where they
no,
would not
so-
get bumped.
I guess what I was saying is not how surprised I was that Gordon Hayward got removed, how quickly the optimizer reflected that bump.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but even
Both.
still,
Yeah.
both come to the yeah, like seeing those types of plays, and we see with like 54% odds to hit plays, right?
It's not even
Where
they
they
with
get
like 53
they get
sometimes.
bumped. Yeah, they get bumped within a minute and a half, which is just absolutely insane. Like Matt mentioned, when we first came out with the tool, there used to be plays at like 60% that would sit there for hours and hours up until lock, and they wouldn't even move. It was bananas. It was a different.
It was a different time. There's more sharps now than ever. I'm not going to say it's all
Right.
DGF, but a lot of it has to do. There's a lot of sharps in here that have stuck through it and have really trusted the process from the beginning. I still get flamed. You guys see it all the time on Twitter. Like, still people don't believe it, but like you see it here. If you join the live streams, you see the live process. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you showing up. TJ, get those boxes packed and sweat out a live stream. I might get drunk, come downstairs with you if you
I love that.
want somebody.
Yeah.
Let's cash. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
Want somebody to love. Peace.